Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into some more treasure map against Fuji and showcasing how my teams have sort of evolved as we are making our way up the treasure map nav levels. So, let's dive in. We are on nav level 60. I have been working the last 2 days, but I do have today off, so we are going to be grinding a little bit today. But basically, I've just been playing the game in the thought pattern of just collecting materials. Anniversary Sugos, what I learnt on the 7th year anniversary, or the 8th year anniversary with the release of Super Tandem Kaido, Luffy, Yamace, and the waifus, was when you come around to these particular treasure maps, going for rank isn't stereotypically the best way to play, because it's super sweaty, especially with this grand party, grand whatever it's called, ranking event with Team Robin, Team Zoro, Nami, and all that sort of stuff. It's super sweaty, so just sort of going towards the map and farming out the stamina has been the way to go. And lucky for me, I've been targeting treble on the map every single time, and I've been getting a lot of stamina replenishes, a lot. So let's take on Fuji, and then we'll get back to that conversation. The team for Fuji hasn't changed, or has changed actually. I brought Ace into the lineup, and later on down the line, once it starts to get a little bit harder, or if I need to, I will use the support of Uta on my Sabo. On stage 2, the HP is going to start getting quite high, so having the Uta support on Sabo is not only going to give you the chain boundary with Sabo, but you're also going to get a attack and orb boost, which is going to help out drastically. With Ace on the crew too, it just helps you get above that 4.0 chain multiplier a lot easier. I was using Luffy, but like, you just have to start, you have to do so many perfects before you can hit that, like, 4. I thought his chain, like, multiplier buff would be a little bit better, and because you can't use him on turn 1, it does hinder the unit quite a bit. So utilizing Sabo on stage 2 is going to remove the special line, and then basically Izo will remove everything else that you need to worry about. The block orbs, the threshold, all those nasty shenanigans. Izo takes care of that nice and easily. Finally, Ace, you can use him here. That way you get the auto trigger of Sabo on the final stage. And you can get that carryover of the chain effect through Sabo as well. Sorry, through Ace as well. So as you can see here, 20% of the chain that Ace, that we get there, the 5.4, 20% of that is going to come across to the next stage as an extra buff, which is going to work really nicely at getting above that 4 times chain very easily. So, on the final stage, against Fuji, we are going to get paralyzed on our captains, we get special sealed on our sailors, and then he puts up 6 turns of defense up. He has a barrier as well for 3 dex orbs as well. So you kind of want to remove that, and that's where sort of Hack Koala come in to remove all these nasty effects. You don't even really need Sabo's special, because you get the auto trigger, you get chain coefficient reduction here, and you get attack below a 4 times chain multiplier. So that's where bringing Ace in was just like a huge help, and it just made this stage a lot easier to handle. Sabo has color affinity with his super class, that definitely helps out as well. And then once we just sort of tap with Sabo here, we're already above that 4 straight away, and as you can see, the second hit is a very easy kill. So that was the intrusion. Honestly, probably should have been using Ace earlier. Just sort of totally overlooked that 4.0 attack down, so it's very annoying. But as I was saying, with these anniversary maps, going for stuff like materials does seem like the play, because the map's actually very kind. Hitting the stamina is fairly easy with these like reduction buffs. As you guys see here, there's the stamina, shocker. It's funny too, because like we needed it for this video. And honestly, I've only used 4 gems. 3 of them have been from deaths, because like I'm an absolute spoon. But the other 1 has been on stamina. Every other time I've had stamina refresh. On the first night, I literally had to go to bed because I had work the next day, and I had 100% stamina, and it was very frustrating, but nevertheless, it didn't matter all that much. As always, I am taking on Treble on the mini-map. The team has not changed from the very beginning. It is all about just clearing him with specials. No real changes here. Caesar's a wave clearer. Roger and Zoro are going to do 1 million and 1.5 million through normal attacks only, and then level 5 Blackbeard is going to just clean up the revive, which is quite nice. Funny enough, this particular team actually works if you don't hit treble on the minimap, because on the final stage, Zoro can remove threshold, and Carrot Wonder can set defense to 0. You'll have an attack boost with Roger or Blackbeard. You can rotate block orbs with Blackbeard. You get rid of the bind with Blackbeard. So this team actually works if you wanted to use it like at the end. But I do highly recommend going for treble on the minimap, because not only is it like a lot faster, but as I was saying, like you do pick up quite a lot of materials. There's a lot of very good chests. Sometimes, depending on the map that you get to, Bellamy is there too, so it makes that run with the Kuzan team a lot faster as well. And, like I said, you just get a lot of limit break materials, a lot of stamina refreshes as well, as I mentioned, and it's very, very easy to kill trouble there. So there you guys go. If you guys don't have Blackbeard at level limit break 5, you can actually run the Beast Pirates as your captains, and that way you can still use Blackbeard to remove the bind, and then use their super switch on the revive to get that million fixed damage. So there is an option there for that as well. I think they give the cooldowns to everyone as well, and it should work pretty hunky-dory. As for the rest of the run, like as you can see here, this is the bonus map, and we get a whole bunch of like points on this side. It's good for ranking, but like really we're here for bonuses. And on the bonus map, I always find that you get much higher rolls. Oh, if I landed on that spot, I would be mad. I find you get much higher rolls, so just making your way around the map is a lot quicker. But for the other maps, picking those materials up is very, very nice. Alright, so on to the mini boss of Bardo Cavendish. This team hasn't changed all that much. I did make the change of moving Kid and Law off it, and I brought Ace onto the team with Izo Kiku. I brought Ace on the team because I found out you could actually use Izo to wave clear on the final stage. So I wanted to bring Izo over there, and I have the same level of points, being 1.4 times boosters. And then Izo Kiku, I wanted to use Kid on another team, Kid Law on another team. So Izo Kiku just made the most sense here, because not only they trigger the superclass, not that it matters because double wipe it just triggers it anyway, but Izo Kiku actually gives a chain lock to this team, and this team has so much damage that like having Law Kid it wasn't really a necessity. That chain boundary wasn't helping out that much to what a chain lock actually could. So using Izo Kiku to wave stage 2, superclass on turn 1, and then on the final stage you'll have that carryover chain lock. Bardo Cavendish will reduce all your cooldowns for sailors by 1 turn, but with the Whitebeard special and the support of Whitey Bay, we can get around the barrier, and then Whitebeard has the end of turn damage to take out the resilience. Now, as you can see there, like it's so much damage. We're still only 2-tapping with 1 special, and this team should work for a very long time. When it starts to struggle, obviously we have another Whitebeard special for attack boost. We have the Perispero special for a base stat boost, but Perispero literally replaceable with anyone. Like Perispero is just here for like the points really, and I just couldn't put him on a different team. So super nice run. That team has been super easy, and I've really enjoyed using it because it's a 7.1 boost with the bird. Next we have Bellamy. Now this particular team is still working very, very well. Now as I mentioned, with Bellamy, you can actually find him on the map, on a particular map. He's first and then treble, and that makes this very, very fast because Kuzan's barrier pen just breaks through super nicely. However, now that I'm at sort of some higher navs, I do need a little bit more damage on the final stage. So what I've been doing instead, I've been using the friend captain to wave clear turn 1, and then I've been using Luffy to wave clear turn 2. With Yamato on this team, you can actually get the cooldowns. You use Yamato and then you use Kuzan, so you get a bit of chain shenanigans, as well as Kuzan giving us a 1.75 times attack and orb boost on the final stage as well. Like literally 2 navs ago is where I had to start doing this, but for over 50 navs, I was literally just getting to this final stage and not even using a special. We have Lucci support for color affinity for Kuzan. We have a chain boost as well. That works super nicely alongside the Aokiji special. We can start the chain now with Shirahoshi, and then that second hit from Kuzan will literally just kill. So the barrier pen works exceptionally if you come up against Bellamy on the map. However, if you do get to the end, utilizing the Yamato and the Luffy special works great. But like I said, that extra map where you find Bellamy just makes that team so much faster as well. So it's a nice little like 1-2 combo with the Bellamy minimap and the treble minimap. On to the next fight now, we do come up against Mr. Burgess. And this team, I have chopped and changed this team so many times. I tried Toki, I tried Nami. I just got to the point where I went, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to use CatDog. And this is where I brought Kid and Law over, because Kid and Law definitely helps out this team a lot too. I do want to give a shout out to my boys Benj and Porky for the Pizza Luffy strat. They know what I'm talking about. So Pizza Luffy can actually wave clear turn 1. It's so funny that he actually wave clears here. Like, check that out. Boom. Get wrecked. Fortnite Luffy for the win. But he can also use the Beast Pirate Disguise Zoro. That Zoro, if you get Despaired, will remove 1 turn of barriers. And of course, you get 10 turns of Despair on your captain here. So it actually triggers. So you can get rid of the Despair. It's the most niche support in like the entire game. But we finally found a use for it. So shout out to my boys. It works like an absolute dream. After that, we can just switch with CatDog. We get a full board of orbs. Use their special for an attack boost, color affinity, conditional Okiku sets defense to 0, and then, like, from here, like, we have the chain boundary as well. You can just, like, easy clap poor old Burgess. So, this team, I think, is going to be my final one. There's so much more damage. Stussy can increase the color affinity. Ulti's dead, literally just cause. And that Luffy Zora strat is just so freaking good, man. It's so good. Alright, on to the final stage now against Doflamingo. Getting lots of Limit Break materials here. Lots and lots of Limit Break materials, which is good to see. Because Super Boss is coming up, and we definitely want to make sure we have a lot of Limit Break materials in case we need to Limit Break plus any units. So, we are going for double Sabo here when the game decides to load. And on this team, I brought Ezo over instead of Ace. The reason I brought Ezo over Ace is because I wasn't even using Ace's special. And Ezo is the exact same point boost as Ace. Exactly the same. 1.4 plus Ezo actually does damage, which is really, really fun. So if you just pop Ezo here, you can kill the turtles on turn 1. And then you can go into the next stage utilizing Luffy to remove the Despair and the attack down, plus then start his chain shenanigans. With the support of Rayleigh on Luffy and Caruso on Sabo, we can get around the paralysis here. They do recommend you bring Yamato, literally, for this particular stage. However, if you just use supports, it's going to work the exact same way, and you can get a little bit extra buff. And then Yamato works really well on that other team, that Kuzan team, because she allows Luffy to get his final tap, so that's a lot of fun there. Once we use Sabo, we can use his superclass for color affinity, and then we're pretty much just in good stead here to kill. Should be no issues on stage 2, thanks to the Luffy special. This team has a lot of matching orbs as well, like a lot of matching orbs, so it's not a struggle to get orbs with that orb boost, which is what I did find was an issue with Luffy, but like under Sabo, he doesn't struggle at all. On the final stage, there is 1 turn of damage null, 7 turns of damage reduction, 5 turns of threshold, and you get binded 2 turns on your left-hand column. Plus, you get a whole bunch of special reverse too, so utilizing Hack here is great because he can give us our cooldowns. He also removes the threshold, and he gives us some tandem orbs. He also gives us damage reduction. This Hack does just everything, man. It's so wild. Koala removes damage null. She removes the bind as well. And then with the Sabo super type, because we had the auto trigger proc, we don't have to use him to remove the damage reduction. It's already gone. We have our chain boundary. We have color affinity now. And then from here, we're just going to absolutely decimate our boy Dofi. So there you guys go. Still hitting like two taps there. It works exceptionally well and is the highest point boost. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your treasure map runs. Hopefully you guys are not hating the game. Remember, like, I know there's that big ranking event going on, but try to not take this game too seriously. Enjoy your treasure map runs, farm up materials, and get ready for Super Boss, because that is going to be a very, very interesting one. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!